Okay, welcome to Shmuel Aleph, chapter 18, verse 30. Please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, hit it for notifications. That way, we are you will know whenever a new class is given. Also, we have already 113. We have 113 subscribers. We are moving. We just have to get to 1,000. That's not that many more. It's a couple more. Okay, so let's go on. David has. Saul has married off his daughter to Michal to David. The price for that betrothal was 100 foreskins from the Philistines. David overachieved. He got 200 foreskins again. That was for the last class. You'll hear all that discussion. And Saul was afraid because he saw how successful David was. And he became the enemy of David the whole life, the rest of his days, as it were, which will only be another year and a half of just how he's going to live. But David doesn't know that, of course, and neither does Saul. Okay, so now we go to verse 30. V'yetzu sarei Pelishtim. Now the officers of Pelishtim went out. And why did they go out? So the Malbim says... They went, and it says, "Be'emet kashi chashav Shaul." That's exactly what Shaul thought was going to happen. Because David cut off the foreskins of the Pelishtim. Yaguru oto milchamot ad mot ve'ad chirpatam. That they would revile him and want to fight him until the day of his death, and thus it was. Why? As it says, "Vahimi day." Say Tom that whenever they would go out against him, so Sachal David Mikol Avdei Shaul, David was the most successful from all of the servants of Shaul, Vayikar Shmo Ma'od, and his name became very precious, very honored. So the Malbim continues to say, even though now the Pelishtim went out, and what happens? So Lincoln David, they want to get revenge from David. But David didn't even hide. You would think that if somebody's coming out to get you, they have a vendetta against you, so you would want to go out and hide. He doesn't hide. Rather, he goes up. In this Milcham, he fights against them. And he was more successful than all of the servants of Saul. And in the place of Saul thinking that David would fall into the hands, it was the opposite. Rather, ki yakar shemo, his name became more honored because he was winning all of these fights. Okay, fine. So now what happens? Chapter 19. Vayidabir Shaul el Yonatan. So Shaul said to Yonatan, Beno, his son, V'yakol v'adav, and to all his servants, Lahamid ed David, to kill David. Yonatan ben Shaul chafetz b'dav me'od. Yonatan, the son of Shaul, literally desired David very much. He was favoring. He was chafetz. He had longing. Chafetz is what?
Goodwill toward him, maybe. Goodwill.
Again, chafetz is more. It certainly is goodwill. It's not ahava. It's not love. It's just he's desirous of him. I know that in English, desirous has a whole different connotation. Which
it's a friendship. One of the friendship, yeah.
Right, but I'm saying it's
Respect.
Yeah, I mean we're going to see, but I'm just saying chafetz is a strange word to use. It really is a strange word to use because it's more. I have a desire for something. I have a desire to own this.
Desire is the translation of that root.
Word. Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. It's a strange word to use, and we'll see what it means. But I'm just saying you have to. Again, the major thing is sometimes look at the word and be troubled by why the author used that sort of a word. Okay. So it says Vayidaber. So Acha Sharatza, where is it? Lahar Go B'Shogeg Bechanito, after Shaul wanted to kill him with the ruse of saying it was an accident when he threw the spear at him. And then he tried to kill him through the sword of the Pelishtim. And it still didn't go up in his hand. So now he wants to kill him openly using his servants. But Yonatan again was desirous of David, and what they translate desirous of David. I just saw it 2 seconds ago. Where was it? I just saw it. He said it much better than I can. Could I just see it? Wait 1 second. What was he desirous of? So the Mesilas David says, Basalachto b'tovato, of his success and of his goodness. So that's what he was. That was a chafetz, not envious. It wasn't envious. He was. If he was envious, he would have wanted to kill him. He loves him because of his desires of keeping him alive, because of his success and of his goodness.
Here he's explaining that as success and well-being.
Right. So, okay. Success and well-being. So in other words, that's what I'm saying. Chafetz is something that I own. So chafetz is a desire. So, but he's desiring him because of his success and his goodness. So that's why it says, so Aval Yonatan chafetz v'David v'gila davar l'David, and he told David what was happening. Okay, not a good situation. So.
Oh, and then one more thing. Whoever J.K. is explains desired to save him from Shaul's hand.
Okay, good enough. That is, I believe, the Radak. I think that's who J.K. is. I'm not sure.
What was Jonathan's? What did he do during the day? What was he now at this time? Was he? What was he?
He's a prince.
He was a prince.
He's Shaul's son.
Yeah, but did he do anything else, or he was just a prince?
He was in the armed forces. He's the one who saved. Originally, he's the one who went to battle with his friend, with his shield bearer against the Pelishtim, and got a great victory. He was he was in the armed forces. He was probably a general in the armed forces.
Did we know anything about why he wouldn't want to become the inherit the kingship? That he would normally have been, I assume, the inheritor of it.
We don't know why he was not desirous of that. No, the answer is no.
Interesting.
What we do know is that he understood that David was going to be the next king. Well, he will know as time goes on. And he was not trying to fight that. What we're seeing, what you could draw the conclusion is that Yonatan was just trying to do what Hashem wanted, which would be the paradigm of a Jew, right? I don't need your glory. My glory is whatever I'm supposed to be.
I'd still like to figure out why Saul, his father, didn't submit to the will of God already at this point. He's still busy fighting instead of doing the right thing.
I hear what you're saying, and
He's always fighting.
You have cases of the same incident happening to multiple people, and one person takes it one way, one person takes it the other way. Some person will take it in stride, and the other person will go completely berserk over it.
Yeah, I know, but you're not talking about God's will at that point. And
It's like it was God's will that they get into a car accident, and it's like a family, and the wife dies, but the children are alive and the husband is alive. One of the children hates God and goes completely atheistic. The other one's taking it in stride.
Can we sit at a table that doesn't buzz?
I can't do anything about this.
That is urgent. Well, yeah, all right. In other words, like I said last time, because it says here, and so.
It shows you I'm important.
No, yeah, I know. It says here. So instead of saying, and Saul harbored enmity toward David all the days.
Right.
Because he now saw clearly what the story was and how this would unfold and what God's will was. He's still busy fighting. I'm
going to give this an old, as we would say, the old college try. Okay.
Well, there's no wrong answers.
Not to this particular question, but There are wrong answers, but not to this particular question. The answer I would say is like this, that Shaul, who never wanted to be the king to begin with, okay, he never wanted. He hid from the people. He didn't want it. When people talked against him, he decided to go home, take his ball and go home, and that's it. And only until Hashem's spirit came into him to fight the Philistines, and everybody rallied around him, did he finally decide, okay, I will be king. So he was what do you call it, reticent king? That's the word, reticent? Okay. He's a reticent king. And now he had that feeling of Hashem's spirit, if you will, inhibiting his body. And when he felt that, it was great. Inhabiting, thank you. Inhabiting his body. So that he felt great. And then, inhibit would be the opposite, right? And then what happens is, because he makes one mistake in his mind, so Hashem, it's over there, I'm not doing it. So Hashem has, takes it away from him, and now he's bereft of that feeling. Like any good junkie, you want that feeling back. I want that feeling. Think about it. I mean, I'm calling him a junkie for this, but think about how a junkie feels.
Well, it's like an addiction.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Think about how when you are the president of the company.
Yeah, I know, it's good to be president. You get used to it.
Right. And now when it's taken away from you, you're looking for those days of glory. You want that back. You need that. Now, the only way you're going to get that is one of two ways. One, to destroy your competition.
And yourself in the process.
Well, you don't know that. You don't think that far. You know to destroy your competition. Or, if you want to go the other way, do tshuva. Give in. Give in. And people will see you as a wonderful guy that you are. And voila, you're back in your position.
Into the will of God?
Let's look at, before we get to the will of God. Okay? So let's do that sort of thing. You have those two ways. One, I either can go out and try to destroy you, or I can help you destroy yourself. Okay, I really want to help you, but it'll end up destroying you. Now, if I really do tshuva, and I say this is God's will, maybe that will be enough to turn the tide. In other words, I want my feeling back. No matter what, I want that feeling. I don't care how I'm going to get it. I either do tshuva, which maybe I tried. Shaul probably tried to do tshuva. He probably did repentance. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Come with me, Shmuel, and honor us with the offering of the sacrifice, which he does in the end. Okay? So maybe Shaul is thinking, I'm going to get this back. I just have to work a little harder. He realizes he's not. He goes against it. He says, this is not the methodology. Right? So then, again, he's trying to get that high. That's the simple way. Again, is it right? Is it wrong? I can't answer that. But that would be how you can interpret why he is trying so much against all the odds, against God's will, to get back that good feeling that he's had to be a king. And not for his son. He'll yell at his son. Oh, don't you understand? I'm trying to do this for you. You're not doing it for me, Dad. You're doing it for you. But Jonathan can't say that. Be disrespectful. But really, that's what he's trying to do. He wants to have it back. So by hook or by crook, to the point of my death, to the point of my destruction. What do I care? I need that feeling. It could be that simple. Again, you're looking at humans. We're looking at us. We have to put ourselves in that picture. What would we have done? And it's easy to say, so easy to say, I would give in to God's will. It's a lie. It's a lie.
I asked you last time, and you said that he still was at this time, that Saul was regarded not as a priest, but he was still, a righteous person, right?
To the general populace.
He was still a righteous person, yeah.
To the general, are you saying popular opinion or in himself? What were we talking about?
What was?
Again, he was not saying this to everybody, kill David wherever you see him. He didn't put He told his people that I want to kill David.
Go ahead.
That's all. So I'm saying the people aren't seeing him as against anybody. They're not seeing that. It doesn't say they're seeing that. Okay, so but his son sees it. So what happens? V'yaged Yehonatan le David lemor. So Yonatan told David, saying, "Mevakesh Shaul avi lahamitecha." My father Shaul wants to kill you. V'yatahi shamer na baboker. And now be careful, please, or be careful now in the morning. V'yashavta b'seit v'chbeita, and you will dwell secretly in secret, and you will hide. So he gives this whole thing, okay? And Rashi, the Malbim says, Mevakesh tachbulot, he wants to have bad things happen to you. So he's sharmin nababoka, be careful in the morning. Guard yourself in the morning. Ki ratza lahargo ba'odo alamitatu, because he wants to kill you while you're on your bed. And you'll have no weapon in your hand. And so now hide yourself. Makom sativ shelo yodei ish. Go to a secret place that no man knows. And even that place you should hide. Over him because of people who pass by. In other words, you are a wanted man. You're a wanted man. So hide, because somebody may see you, which is what will happen, by the way, later on. Doeg is going to see him when he's on the run, and he's going to tell Shaul. So there are eyes everywhere.
You're in,
I was just reading a commentary.
You're in 2 here, right?
I was in verse 2, yes.
Because it says here something about and stay in the secret place.
Yeah, stay there.
A secret place, as if it's been already established.
No, in other words, you have to find a place, and then stay in that place.
I know, but this says the place.
I understand, but I'm saying,
if it was there already.
right. Well, it says, what he's saying is, when he says hide, right? So go into the hiding place that you find. In other words, that you find. You have to know where it is.
He hadn't been in hiding.
He doesn't know. No.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't translate the direct article. It says, "And you shall remain in secret."
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
No, but it's in the Malbim says what you're saying. Yeah. He says in that place that you hide, in that place wherever it is. Don't tell anybody. Don't come out. Hide more. You know, you're really not in good shape here. And I will go and I will stand near my father. In the field that you are there. And I will speak about you to my father. And I will see what I'm supposed to tell you. Okay, interesting statement. So Rashi, so again, the Malbim says, "V'ani say, and I will go into the field kadesh im yistarech levroach tivrach tekef." That if you need to flee, you will flee quickly, immediately. V'ani edabir b'cha, and I will speak about you or to you, in you. So Dashikol Dibor Shaba Acharav Kisha Habeid Mara. Okay, he's giving you a grammatical point here. Vrad Salamor Aniya de Beralech. I will speak about you. Ra Ve'era Im Hiskimavi. So I'm going to say bad things about you. That's what he says to I Jonathan. He's telling David his plan. I Jonathan, going to go to my father in the field, and I'm going to speak badly about you. I'm going to speak badly about you.
You, David.
You, David. I'm going to speak badly about you, David.
First, how does it say badly?
It's in the commentary. I'm reading the commentary.
Yeah.
What it says, because again, the verse is, I will go out and I will speak, and I will stand next to my father in the field that you are there, and I will speak about you to my father.
Yeah.
Well, what are you speaking about? How wonderful he is. What are you going to speak to him about? Why, Dad? Do you want to kill the boy? No. So he said he has a plan in mind. I'm going to speak badly about you. You're no good for nothing. You're trying to usurp my position. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Now, im yaskim avi. If my father agrees, then through this I'll know the truth. That's in his heart, like is explained. Okay? So if I speak badly about you and he's agreeing, you're right, then I know that Shaul is really against you. If not, it's just a matter of something.
So you're in 3 now, right?
I'm about to hit 3. Yeah, that was 3. Yes, that was 3. I'm about to hit 4. Yep.
Because 4 is not what.
No, it's 3.
Yeah.
That was 3.
Yeah.
That was 3. Okay, so now, Vaydaber Yehonatan v'David Tov El Shaul. Oh, so now, Yonatan going against. It's interesting that the Rabbim want to say that. Okay, so now, Vaydaber Yonatan v'David Tov, and Yonatan spoke well about David El Shaul Aviv.
It says favorably.
Favorably, thank you. Okay, to Shaul his father. V'yomer love, and he said to him, Al yechata melech ba'avdo b'David. So do not sin, let the king not sin against his servant David. Ki lo chatalach, because he has not sinned against you. V'chi ma'asav tov lach ma'od, and rather his actions were good towards you. So now, let's see what the Malbim does with that, because he was saying you'll speak bad. So Vayidaber Yonatan David, Ratzel Moshe Hitchila Dibor Beganai. So he wants to say originally he was speaking negatively about him. Malbim is following his what he said. Fine, he's speaking in a negative manner. The Mashal Hitchila Mar, for example. He began to say, Ki David hu ish mafkir et chayav. David is a man who thinks little of his life. He makes his life ownerless. Macharif nasholamot bechinam, and he wants to. He's a deer. What do you call it? A deer devil? That's what he's saying. Shazeh ein royally ish yashar, which is not proper for a good man. V'davar zeh yatov el Shaul aviv, and this was good in Shaul's eyes. To his ears. So now, after he started off in a negative manner, then he turned around and he said to him, Im came, if that's the case, don't let the king sin against your servant David. Because he has endangered his soul for you continually. You Shaul. He has continually endangering his soul on your behalf. And while this is bad for him to do on a personal level, okay. And so it's that he's putting himself to danger. That's a sin against himself. Al kopanim, however, even though he shouldn't have done that, lo chet lach, he hasn't sinned against you. Just the opposite. Ma'asav tov lachad ma'od. He's done good, only good for you. Because he's put himself in danger countless times, as if he was saying, my life is worthless. And that's good for you. You didn't receive any damage. You weren't damaged because of his actions. It was only to help you. So he's saying, so if you follow the Malbim, so, all right, let's do 2 things. If I follow a simple understanding of the text, what happened was Yonatan wanted to protect David. And Yonatan knew that that Shaul wanted to kill David, right? So he says to David, go hide. I'm going to speak to my father. And he says to his father in the field, Dad, why are you trying to kill the boy? He's doing such a good job for you. Okay, that's a simple understanding.
That makes sense.
That's a simple understanding. Okay?
That interpretation.
Wait. That's simple understanding. So now we come to the interpretation. And we say, because there's extra words here, that's the problem.
There's an opposite thought there, not just extra words.
Good, but no, because of the extra words, that's why you can have this whole conversation. So he starts off with a negative, because that's the best way to do it. If I start off with a negative about a person you don't like, and then I'm going to spin that the other way.
Well, what's wrong with starting in the neutral?
Because you already don't like him. You already don't like him.
When you're trying to get information, when you're trying to figure out what someone else thinks, just plant the seed and see what they volunteer. You don't have to.
He's already volunteered. He's already said, I wanted to kill him. There's nowhere to go with that.
No, I know, but in terms of the interpretation, he's not going to speak badly of him if he knows he's already out to get him.
Well, he's saying that it's to your benefit that he's such a daredevil.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. It's not good for him, what he's doing, but it's good for you. So why do you want to kill him?
And that's part of the interpretation, or the
That's part of the interpretation. He's saying to him, Dad, think about what he's saying. I mean, it's a beautiful thing he's really saying. Dad, David is a daredevil. David doesn't care.
Not a good guy.
He doesn't care about himself. He's willing to do it. He's willing to put himself into danger. But you know what, Dad? It's good for you. It's really good for you. Because what he's doing is you send him on a mission, a fool's mission, and a suicide mission. And he takes it because he's a daredevil. He needs that rush. He needs that rush. And when he wins, it's good for you. Because it only builds you up. So why do you want to kill an asset? That makes more sense in the argument of what's going on. That argument would make much more sense than I want to kill this guy. But why would you want to kill him when he's doing so good? I'm not talking, there's no business venture here. Mm-hmm. I want to give you a reason to keep him alive. That's all for you. It's all for you.
You know what this is? It's a Dale Carnegie method. Because it says if somebody is in disagreement with you, what you do, the guy's stating his case that you don't agree with, and then it says you acknowledge, you agree with him first, and then you turn him around.
Correct. Okay. Same thing here.
Yeah.
So here I'm agreeing with you that he's not a good guy, but for you he's great. For you he's great.
Yeah, then you make.
Then you can't kill him. So if you kill him, you're going to take away your best asset.
And this again is part of the commentary.
Yes. Yes.
The commentary in Hebrew or English?
Yes. Hebrew. I don't think they translate this yet.
Oh, you mean all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have some translation.
You have some translation.
I have things, but I want to hear him.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah.
When you're trying to,
Say again. I can't hear you.
like the time I'm trying to convince somebody, but Saul has gone to the point where you can't convince somebody. In other words, he's standing on the principle of the matter, not the practicality, whatever it might be. So
Well, Jonathan does not.
Jonathan is trying to convince him of the practicality
Okay.
of keeping David.
So you're saying that that Jonathan is stuck on the principle.
No,
Saul is stuck on the principle, but the point is that Jonathan does not know that.
Right.
Jonathan doesn't know what's going on. Let's understand something. Jonathan sees his father acting strangely. Okay, that's all it is. So he's not insane, because Saul is not insane. Saul is very, very sane actually. He's not. He's melancholy, but it's not. You want to call him depressive. You want to call him today. You would call him, what do you call it? The guy who flies all over the place. Bipolar. Today you would want to say he's bipolar, but because he can go from one extreme to the other. But Saul doesn't see. Jonathan does not see that. Jonathan sees the situation where he's saying something's wrong. Dad wants to kill this guy, so it must be that he feels that David is taking away from him, because go back to the old days where the women said Saul has killed thousands and David 10,000s. Okay, fine. He took it the negative way. Great. So my father feels like he has an enemy in the midst. I have to just convince him. It's a logical argument. I'll convince him with a logical argument, and hopefully he'll back off. If he doesn't, we know we're in trouble. By the way, this is real life. Okay, you have people who make a decision, and then they put up a pretense, say, do this, and I'll give you this. Well, when you do it, they don't give it because they never wanted to. They never wanted to, but they figured you wouldn't do it. Okay? So they're I don't want to call them liars, but they're not being honest themselves. So here, Saul is wondering, Jonathan is wondering where Saul is holding. Are you doing it because you're really convinced that he is going to, and David is really in danger, and no matter what I do to show you that it's really to your advantage to keep him, that you're going to say, no? If that's the case, I have to tell David, run. On the other hand, if I can buy you out of this, so then who cares what he thinks about your daredevil garbage? Okay, I don't care. It's just a good sales pitch. You understand? So remember, we know this because we have all the information. But Jonathan does not know what's going on. Shaul doesn't know why he's melancholy, doesn't even know why he's doing it after a while. He'll have a problem. He's going to have a problem with this.
I thought he already had the clear vision.
He knows that, he only knows the dove is going to take over. Yeah. But he doesn't know why he's acting the way he's acting.
He himself. So.
Right. Yeah. In other words, I'll give an example for this. A person comes home from a bad date. Okay? It's a horrible date they had. They went out, a blind date. Everybody's, you don't know what blind dates are yet. God willing, you'll have the blind dates. A blind date, you know what it means. But until you go on a blind date, you can't appreciate the blind date. Okay, so you go on a blind date, and what happens? You come home, and it was a horrible date. It wasn't worth the time. So what do? You go home, and Baruch Hashem, your mom has cookies, or ice cream, or something like that, and you start pigging out. You're not hungry. You're just not hungry. But you're so depressed, and that food is, we're Jews. So food is our answer, okay? I don't know what the non-Jews do, but Jews eat.
Probably the same thing.
Jews eat. If you're a girl, you have Rocky Road ice cream. If you're a guy, you have something else. And in the old days, in the 50s, you would have smoked down a couple of packets of cigarettes. Okay, because it's such a horrible date.
I can't have Rocky Road.
You can have Rocky. I said, okay, you can have what you want.
With the marshmallow.
There you go. But the point is that we're not eating because we're hungry. We don't even know why we're eating. We don't know why we're getting fatter.
It's a reaction.
Right, it's reaction. I always said that. I gained the most amount of weight when I was traveling from Brookline to Providence, Rhode Island. Brookline, Massachusetts, to Providence, Rhode Island. It was an hour and a half each. Well, in the morning it was 50 minutes. There I didn't eat. But coming back, I was stuck in traffic every single day for an hour and a half. Oh. And it is the most miserable situation to be stuck in traffic where you're not moving. It's like probably like in Chicago, where you just don't move. And you're sitting there. And you're listening to, and I didn't have AM, I only had AM radio on top of everything else. So I could listen to the talk radio. God, that was depressing. Okay. So with all of that, and they were depressing, let me tell you. But with all of that, so I would stop at the gas station because when you're on the highway, you're traveling an hour and a half, you need gas every couple of times. So I would stop at the gas station, and lo and behold, they had some Drake's cupcakes or whatever else. So I would grab the Drake's. I would pull a Mountain Dew, because I like Mountain Dew, and I would drink that. Well, I want to know, I gained weight. Sitting in my car, taking that stuff down, waiting for them to move. Okay? And I was wondering, what am I eating? What am I eating? I wasn't even thinking about it. Okay? But that's Shaul. That's what Jonathan thinks. That's probably what Shaul was, where he doesn't know why he's feeling a certain way. He knows David is going to take over. That he understands. But he's trying to figure out, how can I stop this? So he starts all the machinations. Let's kill him. If I kill him, he can't take over. And maybe Hashem will, out of default, give it back to me. It doesn't make sense to us, but that's really what you're thinking. What? Right, you will not default. I give up. You ever see a boxer goes up? He gives over his belt, right? I give up. I don't know who ever did that. I assume there were some boxers who retired undefeated, or after that.
Sure, yeah.
Marvin Hagler, I think that middleweight champ. I don't think he lost the belt. I think he gave it up. He said, "No more competition here. Leave me alone."
You're hanging up. Then they have some more matches to find
out. Right. So what happens? So the guy says, "Well, I just lost him, so I should be the one who's champ." You know, that's some stupidity. Okay. So I'll give it over to the other guy. Leave me alone. Okay. I think that's what you have to. Again, we know more than they do, so we have to keep that in mind. They don't have all this information that we do. So if that's the case, I'm living in the moment. So Jonathan doesn't know what's going on with his father. I'm not sure his father knows what's going on with himself. David is like, are you crazy? What did I do wrong?
Yeah.
I did everything right. I never wanted you. I never wanted you. I never wanted your daughter. I never wanted anything. What do you bother me for? I don't get this. And when Shmuel came to him, he didn't refuse Shmuel though. When he said, "I'm going to anoint you," okay, but he didn't run and say, "I'm the new king." He didn't say anything like that. So you have to, everybody's the most undesirous of the power until they get it. Okay. Yeah.
In the conversation between Jonathan and Shaul, Shaul's not crazy. He's not completely insane.
He's not insane at all.
He's not insane at all. He's completely there.
Right.
So Jonathan is trying to explain. He's like, at the end of the conversation, Shaul's it's along the line something like, "I understand, I agree, but out of principle, I'm going to kill him."
Well,
in other words, I have to kill him. Because that's the only answer I can make.
that seems to be what it's going to do. We'll see. Okay, so Vayasem et nafsho b'chapo. So, and he continues on to say what he did good to him. He said he put his soul in his hand, and he smote the Pelishtim. Hashem Teshua Gedola, and Hashem caused a great salvation for all of Israel. Re'ita, you see, v'titzmach, and you were happy. So why do you want to sin with innocent blood? Lahamid David chinam, to kill David in an innocent manner. So let's just finish off. Vayishma Shaul b'kol Yonatan. So here's what happened. Shaul heard the voice of Yonatan, the argument of Yonatan. Vayishava Shaul. And he swore to Shaul, Chai Hashem im Yamud, as the Lord lives, if he will be killed. In other words, I won't kill him. Okay, fine. All right, that's how they translate that?
Yeah.
There you go. I wouldn't kill him. So now, he swore. He took the argument. Very good.
Out loud back to Jonathan.
Yeah, he took the argument. Okay, so now let's see what happens. That's a simple understanding. Let's see what the Malbim does with that. And we are on Hey. Right. So he says, Vayasem hostiflip. What? No, I just want to get to Malbim. That's why I said hey. Oh, I thought you said something. Okay. Right. So Vayasem, let's go back. He says, Vayasem, he put his soul into, talking about David, he put his soul into his hand. Hosifla marki gam b'mashasham, shesam nafsho b'chapo, that he put his soul into his hand and he hit the Pelishtim. V'zet semach gam kein mimashu bilti chash alf chayav. This is also growing on the fact that he doesn't care about his own life. That he hurried into the face of danger, al kopanim, and even so, nitzmach mizeh tachle tov. It ended up in a good manner. One, l'chlal Yisrael, to unite Israel. I'm sorry, for klal Yisrael, for all of Israel. That's why it says Hashem made a miracle for all Israel. And number two, you saw and you were happy. Hostifle more. Gam im hu bilti nachon lefanech. Even if he's not fit to be before you, with all this, why do you want to sin with innocent blood? She'ein lo mishpat mavet. He's not guilty of death. You can have a problem with the kingdom. He did everything you wanted. He didn't rebel against you. Now you're going to kill him. It's not going to be good for you. Okay. If he's there. And according to this, mitoch ganuto, because of his disgrace, Bala made a love zechut. From his disgrace, we learned of the merit, ulahasir misitma, and that was in order to remove the hatred of David from Shaul. Okay, he wanted to remove the hatred, so he starts off with a bad report, and he ends up with a good report, showing Shaul that it's just not worth it. It's time to kill this guy. Don't kill him. So, fine. So then what happens is, I don't know what time it is, because you maybe throw it there. Okay.
All those calls were
right,
signing up for your...
Right, I was signing up for YouTube. Okay.
That was the thousands.
Thousands upon thousands. Okay, so it says, let's go on. Verse 7. So Vayikra Yonatan David. So Yonatan calls to David, Yagid lo Yonatan in David. And Yonatan says to David, they call it all of these things. Vayavei Yonatan et David el Shaul. So Yonatan brought David to Shaul, Vayhilafan of Ketmol Shashom. And it was like happy days again. It was like the day before and the day, I guess the day before. Everything is really great, right? Because Shaul said he won't kill you, so come home. That's he's telling him. Very nice. Okay, so the Malbim says, "Vayishma v'yilfanav." He listened to the argument. It was like everything was good. V'lo hayab b'machshatot amito, and there was no thought to kill him. So apparently it worked. At least it was short-lived, but we all know it worked a little. Okay.
Well, read verse 9 and 10. I guess it doesn't last last
Oh, I didn't say. I said it. To that moment, it was good. By the way, again, you have to think. Again, we're seeing this very quickly, but you have days.
Well, that's why I asked before.
Right.
How long was
Right.
it?
Now, this is, in other words, you have some time here that everything's going well. So everything's going well until something happens again. Okay, so now what happens with Tosef Milcham Aliyot? And once again, the war started up again. So David went out and he fought with the Plishtim v'yach bahem Makkah Gedola. And he smote, it was a big smiting, a big victory. And they ran from before him. So Malbim says, "Tosef Milchama Nichtav Le'el." This is what we referred to above. Shnezova al Yedei Shekarat Mea Aralot Polishtim. This again is because of the reason they're coming back to attack Israel is because David cut off the 100, actually the 200 circumcision. So again, what the same thing that Shaul wanted is happening. We constantly have an enemy, and so David has to keep endangering himself going out to war. So he's getting what he wants. The problem is, unlike what Shaul wanted, that David's not dying. David's quite successful. Okay, Vati Ruach Hashem Ra'a El Shaul. So now once again, the bad spirit of Hashem comes to Shaul. V'hu bebeito Yoshev, and he was sitting in his house. Chanito biado, a spear in his hand. V'David managem v'yad, and David was playing the instrument that he played, whatever the harp. So what is it going on? Well, again, the Malbim says, Vatihi ayad ekach. So through this, hitchadsha etzlo hayira shenet, and because of the second victory, so once again this great this fear came upon him. V'gam shenishba bal yimitehu, even though that he swore he wouldn't try to kill him. Okay. V'hu bebeito yoshev, he's sitting in his house. Ratz limov shahaya ata beit hevdalim min apam rishon. So now you have two differences from the first time. So Ratzal HaKota Bechanito, that he wanted to kill him with his spear. First, Shisham ba hachaniv yado be'ech ayah David minagim mikvar. So in this case, the spear was in his hand from the time that David was already playing the harp. As it says, David was playing the instrument. I always picture a harp with this. Does it say harp?
Yeah, well, in parentheses.
Okay, harp,
so
good. V'chanit.
Like a lyre.
Okay, a lyre, harp. Okay. V'chanit biyad Shaul, and the spear was in the hand of Shaul. V'David lo yagishbo, and David didn't feel anything. He wasn't ready for it. Aval ata, but now haya hachanit tichile biyado. But here the spear was at the beginning in his hand, and afterwards David was playing. And David wasn't an idiot. He understood, I had to be careful. My father-in-law wanted to give me once. What's to stop him from wanting to give me another time? So he's on guard. Shisham Kativ, and that's why it's written over there. V'yatel Shaul edachanit, and he said, there it says Shaul threw the spear. V'yomer Alkev David. Okay, people like me here. Okay, I will smite David and Vakir Sharatz Lakoto Be'irma, but I'll shoot it through the to the wall. It'll be in secret. I deshitel chanid heina vehena shira v'shogeg valata. But here, that was the first time. Okay, so the first time he could always claim it's an accident. To use that sort of thing. You ever hear that? You ever hear the kids say?
Yeah, sure, it fell over there, but the sword was over
No,
there.
but they always say, it was an accident. I did to mean it. So that's what Shaul is saying. Originally he said, it was an accident. I picked up my spear, I was throwing it at the wall, and you happened to be there.
He could have said, I don't like harp music.
Okay, that's true too. Okay. So now, okay, we'll have to stop there.
I feel that way sometimes when I hear a harp.